serving as the element of water and an Undine, and in a series of 4 known as the Elementals. It is WDN00 Aqua Crown, with the kit of Rebirth, double field repair, sea legs, and the leg ability of Illusion, which grants the stealth effect to self when charging Metaforce. Now, as a model design based off healing, this Aqua Crown in particular rounds out the series of 4 sisters known as the Elementals, with the other 3 of Flame Tisala, the Salamander, Wind Cecil, the Sylph, and Earth Chrono, the Gnome. Now, as each one has a particular specialty, Aqua Crown is certainly of no exception to this case. Rebirth is a healing-based skill that, once activated, will allow her to completely revive a fallen ally back to 10% HP across the board, as having an ally back intact is better than not having them at all, even if they are close to death. Field Repair is a healing-based skill that, once activated, actually has ties not necessarily just with the healing factor of the metal, but also with the leg's mastery on the terrain. So that being said, if you have a high healing skill and have A or S rank on the terrain, you're probably going to be getting a lot of HP back as a restoration, as long as the parts aren't broken. In contrast to, say, B rank or lower, where even with a high healing skill, you may not get a lot back, if any at all. Sea legs do also mean that Aqua Crown, much true to her motif as an Undine, has very solid coverage on aquatic or even snowy-based terrains, which most other leg types tend to struggle on, which will put this unique healing type at a little more of an advantage in some cases, given that sea is often a very difficult terrain for a lot of legs that don't negate it, such as, say, float legs or even tank legs in many cases. Across the board, though, her kit is moderately tanky in comparison to where most females go, and as a spotlight-based model, Aqua Crown is honestly a very solid model that you can get relatively easily and relatively quickly if most veteran players don't already have at least 1 or 2 parts of her. And even in most of the more recent Super Invasion EX trials, a lot of healer types on the enemy lineups are starting to use her parts or even field repair, because on good terrains it can be very handy. That being said, as a pure set score, though, I would have to rate her a very solid 4.5 out of 10, given that even though she definitely has healing down pat between field repair and Rebirth, one unfortunately really can't be done without the other, as she has the inability to restore broken parts. And if she wants to restore anything, she has to wait for the ally to die first, revive them, and then heal the lost HP back over time, assuming that they aren't killed in the process. In addition to this, even with the illusion ability giving her a little bit more of an edge and harder to track down and kill, because she has sea legs, it does tie her to the weakness of anti-sea. So if you are able to, even if you don't outrun her immediately, one lick of anti-sea will essentially cripple this healer type very quickly, if not almost instantaneously, assuming that she's not, already killed from that first hit to begin with. As mixed parts, though, I do have to rate her just a little bit much higher, actually, at a 6.5 out of 10, given that even though as a pure set she can be relatively tricky to use, Field Repair and Rebirth are both really, really good skills that you can make use of just about anywhere on any team that needs a healer. And with Field Repair, again, because much of its efficiency is tied to terrain legs more than exclusively metal compatibility, if you can match your legs on at least A rank or better with any terrain, you could make very, very solid use of Field Repair over even, say, Basic Repair, or in even some cases it could be on the same tier as Super Repair in terms of the amount of HP that you'd be seeing back.